All right. So, hi, everyone. I'm Sorelle Jones Cooper. I am CEO and one of the co founders of Haus Aesthetics and Plastic Surgery on Capitol Hill. And I am thrilled to be joined by Miss Janell Stephens, who is the CEO and founder of Camille Rose Naturals Hair Care.
Yeah,
So,
that's
thank you so
it.
much for
I'm so
coming.
excited
It's
to
such
be
a
here.
great time to be here at
It is
CBC.
absolutely a beautiful experience. Yes,
Right.
thank you for inviting me.
Yes, and we just completed a panel on the main stage where we were talking about the business of beauty.
Yep.
So this is a great segue into digging a little bit deeper into Camille Rose.
Yeah.
We would love to understand just the basics, like how did we even get here? How did you get started? And take us on just like a little bit of a journey from the very beginning to now, where you are positioned as the largest Black female-owned hair care brand in the country. Is that correct?
Yeah. Wow. So back in 2011, I just went on my quest for all things natural. I think I was going through a lot of changes personally. Becoming a new a parent and just wanting to educate myself on what great and organic ingredients really are, what they meant, what's out there. How can I educate myself on what products to use that were truly natural and organic? And just wanted something that would infuse moisture into my skin, on my hair, and nothing on the shelf that I found really satisfied me and my needs or the needs of my family. So I kind of said, you know what, I'm going to take it upon myself to do my own research, to order my own oils, to order my own butters, to really understand what oils and butters and ingredients deliver, and can solve the needs that I had for me and my family. And became a kitchen chemist,
We love
and
that.
Camille Rose was born out of that.
That is so awesome. And I think it is reflective of a lot of stories. They're very similar where
Yeah.
because there's a hole, there's a deficit, there's a need in the industry, we then have to turn on our brilliance, right?
We
And
do.
figure out how to formulate for ourselves so that we
Yeah.
can meet our needs. I think
And how
that's
to make it
fantastic.
happen. I mean, if you have a problem and you can't go out and purchase the solution, then you get into that superwoman or superman mode or mindset and figure out how to get it done yourself.
Absolutely. So when you're thinking about this, started because you needed to fill a need for yourself. When
Yeah.
you think now about textured hair and your specific customer,
Yeah.
consumers of color, what principles have guided you throughout this period?
Yeah, so many, but one that really helps me is the fact that I was a consumer and I am a consumer. So I really had a good understanding of the needs of people that shared my same skin color or my same hair texture or texture in general, textures that I was familiar with. And so by me being a consumer, it put me in a better position to formulate products for me and others.
I love that. I love that. What did you find as challenges, either early on or just along the journey? What
Yeah.
have been the most defining challenges, and then like how did you sort of enliven your superpowers to get past them? What ways did you find to get past?
So the challenges that I face because I started my brand in my kitchen and I was making all of my products on my own formulas. The challenges that I faced was to really understand the industry, the beauty industry, how to do business with the retailer. I knew nothing about that at all. I had to teach myself, and then how to get a laboratory to help me produce the products on a larger scale. So, and finding the right laboratory that believed in what I believed in, that had a great understanding of my ingredients, the ingredients that I was using for Camille Rose. We call ourselves the Gourmet Foodie brand. So, a lot of our products contain food grade ingredients. One thing um, I did with Camille Rose is I had this belief that if the products are good enough to put inside of your body, if they're nourishing the inside, which is the number one place to be natural, you got to make sure you're eating natural foods and organic foods. So that was first and foremost. I felt that it should nourish the outside of the body as well.
Absolutely. So then, speaking to that, to ingredients, because they're so important, and so many consumers, especially now,
Yeah.
are just more savvy. They're more educated about ingredients. Sourcing clean, if you will,
Yeah.
ingredients and hair care and skincare. How do you define clean and effective in those terms when you're looking for for your formulations?
Yeah.
And how do you choose like where you're sourcing your ingredients from?
Yeah.
What's that process like?
So for me, I think when I started back in 2012, I was right at the height of organics and brands embracing organics and consumers wanting organic and natural ingredients. And it was something different back then. And wasn't regulated. So you had a lot of companies that would put one organic ingredient and list the whole product as an organic product, and that was not really, because I mean, we carefully, of course, carefully sourced. I do not specify or try to be out there really putting a definition on natural or green or organic. I don't do that at all. I just use ingredients that we can pronounce, that we know, that has been researched, herbs. I studied under an herbalist for a year,
Wow.
actually, yeah, to help educate me and to choose, what ingredients that really work and make a difference for my products. And so I just take it naturally, organically, and grow it at the pace that I'm comfortable with growing, and just keep it fun for myself.
Yeah, that's important, right? Having it be fun. A lot of times we lose that in business.
But I will say that now, because of other products, foods that we eat, the organic products and foods are more accepted and more common. Like you could get it anywhere. Back then, it was like very expensive to buy organic foods and to live, in a more natural way.
Got it. So then, how now has the textured hair category changed? Like, have you noticed? I'm sure you've noticed that there's been changes since you've been in the market. What specific changes are you noticing, whether it's like price pressure or shelf space, like who you're sharing the shelves with, consumer expectations, or even, with regard to the ingredients? What changes have you noticed?
I think the changes have all been positive. Great changes. I think that the consumers are demanding products that are made by us and that are Black owned. And I think that they're seeing Black owned brands on the shelves a little more than before. So I think the changes happen is that absolutely. Like the growth for us, we're here. We're surviving because of the consumer, and we're surviving that the retail giants that we live in, they're listening. The demand is there.
Yeah. You mentioned on the panel that there were lots of awesome brands that started around the same time as you that did not survive.
Yeah.
What do you think was the defining factor for you? What made the difference that has made Camille Rose not only survive, but be such a powerhouse?
I think that for me, I grew at my own pace, and I took retailers and I took store amounts that I knew I could handle financially. I chose to take my time with the growth. I chose to bootstrap, uh, the growth of Camille Rose and be okay with that. It takes a lot to drum out the noise, to keep your vision tunnel, to not pay attention to trends. It takes a lot for a person to understand their purpose and stay true to their purpose. And I think that was a determinant factor for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. What can consumers do better to support Black-owned brands? Um, Specifically hair care. Like, is there advocacy or reviews
Show up.
or
Definitely show up for us. It's beyond important that we show up for Black-owned brands because if we don't, it's like giving our power away, and we definitely don't want to do that. So we have to show up for us no matter where we are. And, basically just that, just show up.
what does that look like though? Like, how would you like consumers to show up? Do you mean just in terms of purchasing? You're talking about purchasing with their votes, right? Or they're voting with their purchase.
Yes, a purchase is like a vote. And I think that if we continue to grow within our communities, if we continue to see owners like us within every aspect, not just beauty, in the industry, we need representation and we need ownership. That's the only way we are going to build. So we have to support us or somebody that look like us, and it doesn't matter what industry or business that you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to switch gears a little bit and ask you about something I've seen, which is like unauthorized products showing up on shelves in like beauty supply stores and everything like that. The gray market I've been hearing a bit about. Have you guys been affected by?
Nothing domestic. No.
Okay.
A little of that internationally, like overseas, yes. You have companies that are out there that try to duplicate your product, but domestically, I haven't seen a lot of that.
And can we talk about Target for a second? How, if at all, have you been affected by the widespread and now almost year-long sort of decline in support that Target has received from the Black community? Because I know you've been carried by Target, has your brand been affected at all?
Absolutely, in a positive way. Yeah. So our community, we have a great community that support Camille Rose. We've been around since 2011. Target was my very first retailer. So everything has been positive there. I encourage people and tell people to shop Camille Rose wherever you want, whether it's Target, Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Whole Foods, Ulta Beauty, Sally Beauty, CamilleRose.com. I think overall, in order for us to build as a people, in order for us to keep building our community, it is the bigger picture here is to make sure we are supporting each other.
I love that. So I know we need to wrap up because you've got a plane to catch.
I do.
But I just want to ask, what have I not asked that you would love for listeners to know about you or your brand that we haven't covered?
I think that I just want to tell everyone that Camille Rose is made for us by us. I'm so blessed to be at the forefront of this industry. I am. And to keep showing up for us, we have so many great things coming out, products coming out. Definitely, we are dominating in hair. However, when I started the brand, I have a notebook full of formulas. So I want to bring Camille Rose Beauty, skincare to the forefront. I want to bring Camille Rose Home to the forefront. Camille Rose Baby,
I love it.
So Camille Rose would like to be in every category of all the retail stores.
Awesome. Can you tell our listeners how to find you?
Yep. We are at CamilleRose.com, on all social media platforms at Camille Rose Naturals. I am Janell Stephens. You can follow me at Janell, Janell _ Stephens, Stephens.
Awesome. And again, I'm Sorelle Jones Cooper. I'm at Peel Haus, PEELHAUS.com. We're at Peel Haus on all platforms as well. And if you happen to be in Washington, D.C., come on by and see us. We'd love to check you out. Thank you so much, Janelle. I appreciate it.